Today's guest on Out of Office for Good is Intan. She had it all: beautiful house, Mercedes, and she was a top insurance agent. She had a very successful life. But then one day she decided to leave it all behind and move to rural Kelantan. The transition wasn't romantic, it was tough. But with a deep commitment to becoming a better version of herself, Intan found something that had been missing: alignment. She read personal development books. She studied the Quran on a deeper level. She made notes, and those notes became an ebook, a Malay adaptation of Atomic Habits. And that led her to life coaching. This conversation is about what happens when you trade external success for internal fulfillment. I'm so excited to be having this conversation today. Hey, Intan, how are you?
I'm good.
Are you ready to dive in?
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Yes, it's so nice to have you.
Yeah.
So, Intan, what was the moment when you and your husband decided to move to Kelantan?
It was all random. 4 years ago, we sat in the coffee shop at the curve, and suddenly he said things like this. I rasa I nak balik kampung jaga ibu. When I think back about that conversation, it wasn't just any discussion going on. He didn't ask me, "What do you think?" Like, okay ke tak? And it was rather a statement, it's like a decision that has been made from his side. My reaction, my spontaneous reaction was like, Jom,
So you immediately was like, yes, I'm ready.
yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And then after months after that, we had another discussion. It was a serious discussion, and I started the discussion. I was like, hey, I wanted to talk about this because my opinion matters too, right? So I told him that I'm scared. I'm scared of living this KL lifestyle. I was born and raised in KL. Shopping mall is just nearby, like my go-to place. And knowing that being in kampung, there's no shopping mall in the first place, I was thinking like, how can I survive over there? Surprisingly, his reaction was he was scared too, and I was like, why would you be scared? That is your hometown.
And that's what you wanted as well.
Yeah, and he said that he already lived Kelantan, his hometown, for more than 15 years already. The kampung life is not for him anymore. And he was like, okay, let's be scared together. And we just went on our life like that. And one incident happened that really makes me firm with my decision. Before that, about my mother-in-law, she's in her late 60s. She's still strong, she's still healthy, she's still doing house chores every day in the daily life and still cangkul-cangkul dekat belakang, she's still strong mentally and physically. I adore her so much. But she lived alone after my father-in-law passed away before COVID. And actually, my sister-in-law lived with her for 1 good year, and she had a job to Sabah, and she received it. She agreed to go to Sabah, and my mother-in-law lived alone for another year. I was glad that all of us, including my husband's siblings, took turns to visiting her. And that one moment, that was our turn visiting her, and suddenly we were in the kitchen alone, and suddenly she was like, "Ibu nampak ular." And I was like, "What?" And she told me that there was one incident. It was raining so heavy, and suddenly she saw a snake sneaking in front of her in the kitchen. She was all alone
Inside the house.
Yeah, and I was like, my heart crushed. And later after that, I told my husband about that incident. She didn't even tell her son, right? She told me about that, and I told my husband that here we are living comfortably, living luxuriously in KL, while our mother feeling scared, living alone at kampung. Like, that wasn't right for me. Yeah.
And that was the moment where you're like, no, we
Yeah,
need to do
this is it.
something.
Like we just need to leave behind and be with our mother.
Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
such a beautiful story of why you moved, because it really shows that there's so much of love and care that has gotten into making that decision. And I just want to ask you, Intan, how long did the move take? And what was like the most difficult part of the process?
It took us almost 2 years for the whole process to take in. Then the toughest part was selling our condo. It took 1 year to find the right buyer and another year just to get the buyer's loans approval. And yeah, back in KL, we had commitments too, right? Like
Yeah.
under my name alone, I had a car loan with that Mercedes and two housing loans, even two housing loans. And yes, it took us a while to actually clear everything off because at that moment we were certain that there's no jobs waiting for us. So yeah, we need to clear everything off, take time, be patient, and have more savings to survive
Yes.
without commitments and without any more support from financials. You know, yeah, it took us a while.
Right. When you were transitioning from city girl to kampung life, what was the biggest struggle for you? Was it the shopping malls?
I was about to answer that question, like that answer. Um, yeah, it's a shopping mall. Surprisingly, it's a shopping mall. I just cannot live without shopping mall, surprisingly, because shopping mall is my go-to place, right? Like I dress nicely, I meet friends, meet clients. I even go to Watson to buy my toiletries over
love
there.
Watsons.
I know, right? Like,
Addicted to Watsons.
my kampung, like the way I live now, they don't have Watson. I was
Vile things, Intan.
I was like, why they don't have Watson over here? But they have like Alpro, so I switched. Like, okay, I adapt, you know. But we took baby steps. We switched a shopping mall visit to more nature places. You know, like we go to the beach. We go to the recreational park in the jungle. And my kids, they are 5 and 3 now. They started to learn to be comfortable with the natures, like mandi sungai. Yeah, it was so cool. Yeah, like they mandi sungai like every weekend, and they play with sticks, they play with dry leaves, and they play outside a lot, like less screen. And seeing that, I was thinking like this life is not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've chosen a better life, not only for yourself, but even for your children.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the childhood that we had before technology was this
Back in
advanced.
90s, right? It was
Yes.
so cool.
Actually living life with nature.
Without screen and do whatever like in front of you. Like sometimes you take like Cocoa Crunch and while eating. It's like, what?
And also you need to use a lot of imagination with your children as well to play and
Yeah. It was not bad at all. Yeah. And okay, the honest answer after quite a while, it it is the loneliness. Like we don't have friends. We don't have anywhere to go. Like in KL, you have a lot of things to do, right? You have a lot of shopping malls nearby. But when loneliness came, it is like it sits in. Yeah, it's very difficult for me to live by that, and it goes like this. Like KL people, like we used to like bila nak Jumaat, you know, like bila nak Jumaat. No, we live in kampung. We were like bila nak petang.
Wow.
Yeah, and sometimes we've done like a lot of things in the morning because we wake up as early as 5. We've done like a lot of things already. And I was like, huh? Baru pukul 10.
Nak buat apa lagi?
Yeah, it slowed us down. Like, but yeah, it's a blessing too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's a very different lifestyle that
Very,
we are
very different.
living.
It's like a life-changing one.
Yeah. I want to know, Intan, because when you decided to leave to Kelantan, not only did you leave all your things behind, but I think to some extent you probably had to leave like your identity behind as well. This identity that you probably spent most of your life building in the city. What do you think that you've learned when you've stripped away that identity?
Well, that's the hardest part. I've never think about that identity that much, like being stripped away. But when you mention, it was like, yeah, I am no longer a career woman that I used to be. Like literally half of myself, my identity has been stripped away. But to answer your question, I learned to be more grateful, that what I have is enough, and enough is already a blessing. Like in the Quran, in Surah Ibrahim, verse number 7, our God, Allah, says that if you're grateful, I will surely increase the blessings upon you. Like the blessings is not limited to only money, you know. The blessings can be a peace of mind. Blessings can be more time with your kids and when with your family. And for us, the blessings is the opportunity to take care of our mother. So believing in that promise, holding on to that promise, it gives me so much peace, and it's taught me to chase my old identity, and it starts to give me to start appreciating the life that God is giving me. And also I learned to adapt. Living in kampung slowed me down. It's changed a lot in my pace, my environment, my routine. And I had to rebuild everything from zero, you know. And because of that, I started to realize something, that only good habits that what actually keep me grounded. We started a reading habit. We started an exercise too. We actually set up a new gym, almost complete gym in the storeroom. So all of the things that keep me stay disciplined and stay focused. And entrepreneurship, like being an entrepreneur, entrepreneurship isn't just about a strategy. It's about who you are outside of work. Your daily habits shapes your mindset. Your mindset shapes your business. So as I learn to adapt, I also learn to make or build good habits to actually makes me stronger mentally, physically, and spiritually. And in the process of losing that identity, Divya, it's very hard, but I discovered something deeper about myself. There's one quote that says, knowledge is power. Yeah. And it's something that no one can steal away from you. And because the truth is, beauty can be faded, like our success, our status, our opportunity, even. People can steal away from us, but knowledge stays. It grows with us. It shapes us and become part of us. So as my identity fell apart, I feel that it's there's only one thing remain: my willingness to learn, to grow, to seek wisdom, and to be a better me every day, like from I was yesterday, right? And that became my new identity. Not what I own, not where I live, even, but the commitment to be a better Intan every single day.
Wow. It's so beautiful that now you don't have a fixed identity, but it's always just evolving to becoming a better and better version of you.
Yeah, of course. That's the real main goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Intan, most people, right, they would plan and strategize to leave the kampung and go into the city. But you like terbalik pula, right? So I'm just curious if you ever felt like you're taking maybe a step back.
I don't think so. It's rather an upgrade of a quality life. But well, if you see it from the material perspective, we went from Mercedes to Axia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that quote.
And we went from a condo to kampung house. We went from a city life to kampung life. And the most important part is we went from six-figure income decreased to less than half. So it is such a downgrade, right? But as much as these were downgraded, we actually upgrading another part of our life. We got to have more time with our kids, with each other, especially with our kids. And we didn't have to be stuck in the traffic for hours. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
And we got to practice our healthy lifestyle even more. That's one of the true blessings for me. Personally, a real success is the freedom to choose without being held back by any commitments, by financial pressure, or people above you, your bosses.
Yeah.
So I never think that our decision is a step back of our life, because it was rather a phase that we needed to go through, um, a phase that taught us maturity, resilience, and what really matters, which is our mother. And you know, another quote saying, the greatest luxury in life is a slow morning.
Yes.
And a life that you don't have to escape from. And yes, I've been blessed.
You don't just have a slow morning, you have a slow life.
Yeah.
No, but what you said just now, I just can't get it out of my head, where you say it's so freeing that you don't have to live a life just because of any commitments, because of any financial constraints, and because of anyone that's above you. Like, I think a lot of people, including myself, would never be able to imagine what that feels like, you know. But if I had to use my imagination, I think it's such a light and freeing feeling where you have all the control.
Yeah, we actually having control of our life, like, totally.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been in that kind of position, and my husband made the best decision for him and for ourselves too, for everyone, for his mother especially, right? Like, it's a true blessing for her. Like, everything is for her.
It's just a win-win situation all around.
Yeah.
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 Earlier you mentioned about the Quran. Maybe I can ask you a little bit about your faith and your spirituality, and how has that changed with your move?
Born and raised as a Muslim was really an advantage that I never fully appreciated until this move. In the city, everything was fast, all the deadlines, meetings, you know, and I, of course, I pray 5 times a day. I read Quran regularly, but it was always squeezed in between the distractions. So when we moved back to kampung, everything slowed down. I started to have more time to focus and have a deeper understanding into my own religion. I started to feel my prayers. I started to go deeper in understanding the Quran itself, and start to reconnect with God. And finally, I had the time to sit down, to reflect, and truly reconnect. So yeah, through this move, my faith grew stronger. I feel calmer and more presence in every part of my life. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is the case with every religion. Just reading it on a surface level may not do it as much justice as reading it and sort of reflecting it and how it has that role to play in your life. Maybe then I can ask you, with your journey to self-discovery and entrepreneurship, what role has your faith played in that?
It's everything. Is the anchor of everything. Is who I am. It's why I do what I do, and faith is basically guide my business. And it's as simple as my trust with God's plan. So faith taught me to trust God, trust Allah when things go uncertain, be patient when plans don't go my way, and be humble, you know. And because of that, entrepreneurship doesn't feel as heavy anymore. Every challenges feels like a lesson, every small wins even. It feels like a reminder to be thankful every day. So, what I can say about this is faith doesn't just guide my business, but it shaped the person and entrepreneur I'm becoming. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that when we had this discussion even before, when we just met, I realized that I think faith is such a big component that is missing in my life when it comes to entrepreneurship, because with the ups and downs, you sometimes just feel so lost and so confused, like, oh my God, when is this gonna work? When are my views gonna go up? Like, why is it stuck? When am I gonna go viral? But then
You will. You will one day.
But then it's like you're constantly like questioning, and you're constantly in a state of stress and anxiety. But when I met you and you shared, like, I have that faith and I know that it would all work out in my favor.
Oh.
And it was like so unshakable and it's so strong. It made me question, like, how would that feel like if I just had this confidence and faith? And it doesn't always have to be in religion. It could just be in a higher power. It could be even faith in yourself. But to operate in that mode, it's just so, it helps you to be calmer and to be more chill, If not, it's constant noise and it's constant worrying. And yeah, I really feel that that's a component that is missing out, and that's something that I learned from you.
I think if we're not talking about the religion, it's something that you read, because reading, like, okay, in the first place, we are the person by something that we do every day, of course, but by our senses.
Yes.
What we see, what we hear, what we scroll, what we listen to, like everything translated into what your decision, like your decision making every day. So it's very important to switch from crap things that you listen to, that you read every day. You just started to read more beneficial knowledge,
Yeah.
and it will shape your mind. It really is, because without that, I will be not a positive person like I am now, because it was very hard not to be talking to anyone else beside your children in the house. Like, I was away, like 400 kilometers away from my family and friends. We just, in our age now, we don't really like, hey, I want to say something and call you and rant. We don't do that. So I need something that keeps me busy, keeps me sane, and that's basically reading and exercising. And I run whenever, like, I feel like, oh, it's like I started to run fast.
Right.
I switch on my Spotify and blast the music and then run as fast as I can go on the treadmill, like to nowhere.
Just to release
Release everything. Like, you need to release your emotions by writing, by exercising, by reading. Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, and it's also like the video that you just put up about journaling and how that is beneficial to you.
That one. That one. I just learned, but I've been doing that journaling for quite some time already, because it emptying my mind. It really helped me to organize everything in my mind, because kalau tak serabut, like everything in your head, even though I'm not working anymore, but I have my ebook, I have my online coaching, I have all those people asking me advice, and I was like, what to do first, and I start to pour it out, everything on the paper, and it really helps me.
Yeah, I know, it helps me too. And sometimes I read it back and I'm like, whoa, why was I thinking that way? Yeah, so you actually get to see your thoughts progress as well.
And I feel better now.
Intan, so you were reading a lot and you were making notes, like notes and notes and notes, and eventually you decided to share it publicly. I'm just curious, like, what made you decide to share your notes?
When you read non-fictions, like I read a lot of non-fictions for more than 2 years already, like Atomic Habits, 80-20 Principle, Economics 101, Psychology of Money. Like, if you read those kind of things, the knowledge, there's a lot of energy inside you, like overflowing, like energy cannot be destroyed. Energy needs to be transformed. So I transform it into words, and I chose to express it into writing. And at first, initially, I was thinking, like, just to reconnect with my friends by giving values, because social media wasn't new for me. I've been sharing my life publicly all this while, but to share knowledge, a beneficial knowledge, was a fresh idea. And I was like, why not? I'm doing this. Maybe it can help people to learn more. And maybe I can connect with another circle, like finding a new circle. That's very nice of me having the kind of circle who likes to read books, because maybe I don't have that kind of friend before. So I was thinking, like, why not sharing? And in our religion, to share beneficial knowledge is very good, because it doesn't just give benefits to others, but to ourselves too. When we share, we actually remind others to do good. We actually guide them to do good. And the reward, the pahala, the continuous reward, basically for us, even after we pass away. So knowing that, believing in that, I was like thinking, like, why not? Because I got so excited too. Like, I burned the midnight oil like almost every night just to learn more, to create a content. It's not easy, right? You transfer it into contents on threads, like especially on threads. The more I share, the more I engage, and the more I learn myself. So why not? Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. It's just a simple why not, right? So, how was that transition like, going from I'm going to share my notes to I'm going to be a life coach? Like, I just want to know what that transition looked like, and also if this doubt ever came up for you, where you're thinking, how can I coach and how can I teach when I'm still kind of figuring it out myself?
Okay, first of all, I want to go back to the first month that we after the transition. I actually asked my husband this question. This is the third of discussion. Like, we already, we already moved, and the third discussion, it went like this. So how long are we going to be here? Is it going to be like permanent, or is it temporary? Because a lot of my friends and family keep asking the same question. And I needed to know that answer too, right? And he said that it's permanent. Yeah. And actually, I was glad, because if he ever giving me false hope, I will be longing to my life back in KL, here in KL. So that's when I take a leap. I was like thinking, okay, I need to do things that I can start now. Whatever I have now in hands, because even the career, like my career, is to be full force in another 5 years in time, but it needs to start now. Downtime is a prep time, right? So I started to sit down and started to write things, that whatever I have in hands. It went like exercise, books, stay-at-home mom life, online, because it needs to be online too. I cannot just go out. And habits, stay consistent. And suddenly the idea clicked. Like, oh, guide women. Like, oh, there must be a lot of stay-at-home mom out there struggle like me, wants to keep up, wants to get positive, wants to have this positivity inside themselves. And I can guide them. I can use all of these knowledge that I've been reading from Atomic Habits, that basically I have the guts, I have the knowledge that Allah sent to me. I have all of these to guide women, even if I'm not a certified coach yet, but I need to start somewhere. And from the growing followers that I got from my beneficial knowledge that I shared on threads, I started to market them online. I started to like, hey, I can guide women. If you're stuck, you want to create habits to stay consistent, like DM me and things like that. And yeah, surprisingly, there was a lot of women DM me and they're interested. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess they could relate to your story and they could relate to you, and there was this trust. And so I guess that's how that came to be.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
As a life coach, what is the most valuable advice that you've given your clients?
Slowly but surely. Yeah, that is the most underrated advice ever.
Yes.
Because I never get that kind of advice growing up. Right, right. It's
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
It's like get straight A's. That's it.
Yeah. So slowly but surely, because women, we wear a lot of hats. We are a mother, we are a wife, we are even a daughter to our parents, we even an employee to someone else. So, in a daily life basis, we are struggling, we are juggling in with a lot of responsibilities. But whenever they try to make um, anything for themselves, they will be like, I have no time.
Yes.
Right, right, right.
Yes.
And it was such a wrong thing as a mindset, because I think the first thing first is you need to take care of yourself first. You need to have a full cup before we pouring to anyone else, right? You cannot pour from an empty cup. Whenever these people came to me and started to have this kind of habit and make it as a regular, and they had a hard time on themselves. And I will always say to them that slowly but surely, you just don't get hard on yourself. And yes, slowly but surely has the real magic behind it. Yeah, people will stay consistent and they will find ease because they don't get the expectation from me, from the coach, that hey, do this, like, but they cannot. I'm a mother too. I'm a career woman too at home. It was very hard too for me, so I understand. And like every day, I will be like slowly but surely, and they were like, "Okay, coach." Yeah.
So you're not a garang coach?
No, they were expecting me to go garang, and I was like, no. Life is all on you, you versus you. Even though you hire me as a coach, I cannot just tell you what to do, because at the end of the day, you will be all by yourself. Like, as much as I can force you, but it's you versus you at the end of the day. So I'm just here to guide you. But if you want me to garang, like, I just cannot. I'm not garang. I don't like to be garang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that approach really helps because a lot of the time when you fall off, you feel so much guilt already and you're already beating yourself up as a woman. Like, oh, why did I do this? Why
Yeah.
did I not go to the gym today? But you're just so overwhelmed. And so you don't need another angry voice to like be
course.
harsh
Of
on you.
course, of course.
So approaching it with grace and with some kindness, I think is even more powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
And they all like me.
I love it. They all love you. Sayang, my coach.
Sayang, my coach. I know, right? They were always like, "Thank you, coach. Thanks, coach. Sayang, coach." And I was like, "Oh, I feel loved."
Right? You feel love and you're spreading love as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's true
beautiful.
blessings.
I'm so curious, Intan, because you mentioned your children. I know you have 2 daughters, right? So I'm just wondering, like, they're always observing you and they're always just around you, learning and watching you. So what do you think that they're learning by watching your transformation and looking at their mother rebuild and find herself again?
I really don't know. But I hope they see one thing from me, from watching me. I hope they see this resilience and discipline, because these two are translated into my exercise habit. They see me exercise every day, pushing myself even if it's hard, lifting weights. Like, I actually deadlift like 60 kg. It's basically heavier than my own weights. And I run fast, and they will be like cheering me up by the side, like, "Go, mama, go, mama, go, mama." I was like, yeah. And yeah, to them, it might be just a workout, but for me, it's the reminder that the real growth doesn't come easy. It comes with showing up every day, with the willingness to push beyond myself. And that is exactly what rebuilding myself in entrepreneurship be like. Starting over, failing and trying again, learning new skills and making tough decisions. It's all about habit, consistency, and discipline. And what I want them to see from me is life is not always perfect. The challenges are there to make you stronger. What I really want them to know that it's really okay to start over, to keep growing and turn their energy to something meaningful. Yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Mhm.
How old are they?
They are 5 and 3 now.
I see.
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, Mama, Mama, Mama. Like every single time, we were like, can you give me some time?
Can you give me a break?
Yeah.
No, but I know that they're gonna grow up to be really strong, independent women, just like
I
their
really
mom.
hope so.
Yeah. Intan, for someone out there who's living a very comfortable life, but they're feeling a bit unfulfilled, like something's missing maybe. What do you think is the first question that they should ask themselves?
The first question that they should ask themselves is, am I truly happy? Like, and then just don't stop there. You start to answering that question in writing. Because happiness is not just about how much money you earn or how many things you own, right? It's about the alignment between who you are, what you do every day, and what really matters. So you can start with that. Start asking yourself, answer that question, being honest to yourself, and be brave to follow the answers wherever it leads. Yeah.
And what if there's someone who is, let's say there's somebody who's at a crossroad where they know that something needs to change, but they're kind of lost, they don't know what to do. What would you advise them?
Again, I start journaling, start writing, because I cannot, okay, with my online coaching people, the participants, they always ask the specific advice for their routine and their problems. The only advice that I can give is to start writing, to start journaling, because by writing, you finally have the answers that is already within you. That's the powerful of journaling. When you start writing, you make the two parts of your brain communicate very well. There's amygdala. Amygdala is the part of is the small part of the brain that controls strong emotions. That basically is like an alarm system. It reacts when you feel angry. That's why you're overwhelmed. And the other part of the brain is basically prefrontal cortex. That's the part that helps you to make decision. This two is in chaos in your brain. But when you write, you start to see everything clearer. You start to label your emotion. This is what you call is effect labeling. When you start to put your emotions into writing, into words like I am angry, I am anxious, I am sad. It it will reduce the intensity. You will feel calmer. You will feel less anxiety. So that's the most important part, because when you need to make decision, you cannot be in overwhelmed situation. You cannot be angry, right? That's when you are not in rational state of mind. So when you start journaling, it really helps these two part of the brain to start to communicate better. So you can start to see clearer, and you can start to know like, oh, okay, I just need to do this, or oh, this is the next step. That's what happened to all the participants from my online coaching. When I start to ask them to start journaling, okay, you just start to pour this everything, and you start to organize everything into words first, and then you come back to me. And they were like, okay, coach, I know what to do already. Yeah, that was it. It's like journaling.
Wow. Do you realize that you're coaching your clients to be their own life coach?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest part of me, that building other people, right? Like that's a true blessings too.
Yeah.
Because we cannot just be ourselves like, oh, I need to be great by myself. We want to teach other people to be great as well. Yeah.
I love that. And it's not that you're doing it in such a way that they're not dependent on you, that they become independent.
Yep.
That's a very powerful thing. Um, I want to talk about your ebook a little bit. What do you think what is one habit that anyone can start doing today from your ebook?
Okay. In the first place, I will always advise people to do these three things. Okay, not one.
Okay,
not three things.
Three things, yeah.
Start small, show up every day, and add 1% of improvement each time. Yeah. Okay. Let's take exercise for example. So, okay, let me ask you. If you were to start exercising today because your main goal to lose like maybe 5 kgs to lose weight, and would you rather on the first day, would you rather exercise for 1 hour or 5 minutes?
I would obviously want to go an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the most things that people is wrong about the creating habits. In Atomic Habits, James Clear explains that to create habit, you need to add 1% of improvement each time. Okay, to add 1% of improvement each time, you need to start small. So I would rather to advise people to just start 5 minutes or 10 minutes, because it will continuously go on for weeks, right?
Yes.
Start adding like week 2. Okay, if you start 1 hour on the first day, what would it be like for the second week or the third week? Most people will start to giving up because they will expect an immediate results. But creating habit is not about seeing that result in instant. It's about creating a lifestyle one day. And talking about habit to be a lifestyle, it takes months, it takes patience, it takes consistency. So it's really not easy to create any habits when you start big. So yeah, start small, show up every day, and push yourself in the first 40 days. That's what I've been doing in this online coaching. They basically send habit tracking to me every day. Sometimes I ask like, hey, where's your habit tracking? And at 1% every day. Yeah.
I see. I think I'm going to try that because
Yeah.
I need to
Send your habit tracking to me.
If you could go back in time and speak to Intan on the last day that she's in the city, what would you tell her about what's to come?
That's really hard question. I need to like flash back. I will see this. I will say this to myself. Only one thing: that surviving is hard. You just need to prepare yourself mentally. That surviving in the kampung is really hard. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that you just be like, it's gonna be hard, girl.
It's gonna be hard, and you figure it out later.
But you'll be okay.
Yeah. I told myself that you'll be okay. You have 2 kids. You have your mother-in-law to take care of. You'll be busy. And talking about my sister about this, she was like, "You are so adaptable. You can go anywhere and be and adapt. Like it's no problem for you." And because of that, like people around me, they believe in me, and I was like, yeah, why not? Why not believe in myself? Because that's the most powerful part. Because when we start to doubt ourselves, and we have everyone is so supportive and believing in us, and we will be like, oh, that's my support system. They are supporting me this way. And it's very beautiful of my family that gave me that kind of support. But there actually some people actually ask me like, boleh ke duduk kampung? That's the first question that they ask when it's like, mama nak balik kampung. Boleh ke balik kampung? I was like, boleh. And that's my ego, like, yeah, I can do this.
I
Yeah.
see. Oh, that's very nice. What do you think is the most important thing that you want people to take away from your story?
You have the power to shape your life. No matter the circumstances will be. Of course, there's obstacles, unexpected obstacles, challenges. They aren't failures. They are opportunities for you to grow, to build resilience in yourself, and to gain clarity. So be responsible for whatever decision you make. Either you move to another city or choosing to stay, it's a decision too, right? All you need to do is do your best, be happy, and be grateful.
Yeah. I think that shift is very powerful when you realize that you are in control.
Yeah, of course.
Right. I have a bonus last question for you. Random one. If you were given 100 ringgit to make someone's life better, what would you do with it?
I will ask them to. Oh, that's a very hard question.
Random.
I will ask you to invest or buy some books and get knowledge.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, Intan, before we wrap up, would you want to share with the viewers where they can find your ebook and also your life coaching services?
Okay, I just go to my Instagram, my full name, Intan Syazlin Diana, and you will find me because it's public already. And I have all the links inside, and I have set up everything that you can see, like my pin posts, my testimonials, and yeah, you can find me from there on Threads, on Facebook. Basically all the social media.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering the question that most people will have in their mind, like, what would it be like to move to a kampung? And you just gave us that answer today. So thank you very much for being here.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you found this conversation interesting, please give this video a like and comment on which was your favorite part. And please share this to somebody that needs a little dose of inspiration.